Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Capital A Trading and welcome to my Forex weekly review. So it's just going to be that video again where I'm reviewing what was said on Sunday. And as you're about to see, it's been quite a decent week. If that sounds good to you, if you trade, if you make investments yourself, hit that subscribe button in the bottom right corner, stay up to date with the channel and keep track of what's mentioned on a Sunday and of course, how I review it on a Thursday. So with that being said, a quick shout out to the Absolutely magazine. Go check that out now, available in all Waitrose and M&S stores. With that, let's get into the charts. Okay, guys, so first up will be the gold pairs. Now, I started with these ones on Sunday, so I'll just explain what's actually happened. It's actually gone from I was mentioning the 1920, 1930 era, so it's the trade still valid for next week. If I just come down to a 4-hour, you can see how it's basically just moved off of this candle here around the 1910 level. It went this afternoon and, well, from pretty much this morning, and has been dropping ever since. It's been quite a good move. I'm still going to say that there's possibly going to be a buy. I'm going to be looking at something around here to then push back up to go into that higher area, what I still believe needs to be interacted with. So that will probably be mentioned on the Sunday video. I'll leave this one for now. Let's see what happens tomorrow. Moving on to the gold euro. Bear with me. There we go. So again, the gold euro, very similar. They've obviously both done the same thing. And it's still, I still want to see price come a little bit higher. I actually mentioned the 1576 to 1580 on this. So that again would still be valid. Yes, we've had the push. Again, I'd probably be looking for a buy somewhere down here to then go and finally get to that higher point. And then that's where the longer term sell should hopefully kick off. So again, look out for that on the Sunday video. I'll be updating these two. That's the gold euro and the gold USD. Okay, guys, so next up is the UK 100. This is one of my favorite pairs. This is something that I trade quite consistently. And what I've been mentioning, if you just look on a higher time frame, is I'm still waiting for that sell around the 7400, 7300 mark. But what I've noticed this week was like a little stairwell. I actually mentioned this on the Sunday video. This is something that you can actually watch out for tomorrow. So what I noticed that there was market makers in this area. They pushed the price up, it came back to it, they pushed again. And I've just been noticing how they've been pushing out of this area. Now, I did mention the 6960 mark for where I thought that buy push would come from. It went just above, basically around the 7,000 mark. So that's pushed and it's now back onto what I would say the next step is. So just be aware of this candle and how this is tapped. I believe we're now going to get the bigger push up into that 7,400 mark. So yes, that would be something to look out for tomorrow, the buy push on the UK 100. Okay, guys, the next up is the euro pound. And as you can see, I've been annihilating this for quite some time now. That was a very good trade up there. There was another one over here. There was a couple over here around the 87 mark. So what I mentioned on Sunday was I wanted to see price just come back towards that 86,300 mark, back off of this level here. As you can see, it's interacted with it quite nicely and had another drop. It's gone down about 130 pips from the area. So again, just another successful week on the euro pound. This is, again, probably my favorite currency pair to trade. It helps by understanding what's going on in the pound USD and the euro USD, which is why I tried to keep these three together. So again, a good trade. Again, I'll probably be updating this on Sunday now. I don't want anything to add on this now for Friday. I'm out of this market now and I'm happy with what I've done. So that's the euro pound. Again, just keep an eye out for the update on Sunday. And guys, next up is the pound USD. This has been pretty much stuck in between a range of 142,500 to 141 for a little while now. So we've had the decent sells from the 142 mark. I did mention that on Sunday night that I'd like to see it pretty much drop straight away. It went up 50 pips and then had the drop. And if you look a bit more carefully on the 2-hour here, you'll see that price then goes and retests the 142 level perfectly and has a nice drop. Now, what I was mentioning was a possible buy. I was going to monitor what price did around the 141 level. So as you can see now, it's Thursday night, obviously coming into Friday, and it's sitting right in this level. So that's something that I'm going to be watching out for tomorrow. That's something you should be watching out for tomorrow. Look for the pound push at 8 o'clock in the morning. I believe it may push from the 14800 to the 141 level. So pretty much where we are now. I'm going to be monitoring this through the night and I'll be looking for that when I wake up in the morning. So that's the pound USD. Keep an eye on that one. Okay, guys, what's next up is the euro USD. This one has pretty much played off perfectly. I just want to explain the daily error. This is the scenario that we're playing off. I did mention in the video on the Sunday video around the 122,500 mark, and it's pretty much hit it perfectly. He's had about 15 pips drawdown, And then we've had quite a monstrous move away from the area. So just looking at this now, I believe it's going to come a little bit lower. I believe the dollar's going to have a strong day tomorrow. And I'll probably be monitoring a buy around the 120, 120, 200 level. But other than that, this one's gone. So I'll probably be updating this as well on the Sunday video. So again, a very successful trade. Hits the area, it dropped, it even gave a retest. So there was actually two options to get in here. So a very good one on the Euro USD. However, long term, once it has come down here and we start to get that push higher, overall, I still believe it's got to come up into the red area, hit the 123 mark, maybe 123, 100, and then we might get another similar push, maybe hopefully next week. So again, just keep an eye on that. Okay, guys, so these were the main point of calls for the week. We're going to go through the Euro AUD and the Pound AUD. Now, they've had successful moves, and there's something to obviously think about for tomorrow now as well. So this is the Euro AUD. I was mentioning around that 158 level. We've had a little drop, but what I really want to see, what the main call I said was 158.500 to 159. This is like the last point of call. This is the last point of area, point of interest where I believe if a sell is going to come, it will drop in between there and it will be a longer term move. Now, that was the Euro AUD. This is the Pound AUD. So what I mentioned was the 184 area. I was mentioning the interest rate decision that happened on Tuesday morning. And what we got with that was a nice move from my area for around almost 200 pips. So again, what we're looking at now is price has gone above it and it looks like it's going to go higher and take the liquidity out. So all I'm simply going to do is watch the 185 level. It's kind of like that last point of interest before I'd say, yeah, the trade's invalid. It looks like it's going to a higher zone. So again, some successful trades there. That's now done. We're out of them. And I'm going to be monitoring that for tomorrow. So let's just see where that rises to. Is it going to stall again? And I'll be looking around the afternoon for the New York session to see the pound lose its strength. And then hopefully Australian dollar can finish the week strong. So that's the Euro AUD and the Pound AUD. Okay, guys, next up is the Pound CAD. Keeping an open mind on this one. I kind of see options to be a buyer. Obviously, I want to see price ride higher into my higher retracement zones where the 62% is. So I'll be looking at a potential buy, which will be updated on Sunday. Let's say around the 169.500 mark. What I actually mentioned this week was this candle here on the daily. I wanted to see a sell from around the 172 and price came within about 25 pips of that and had a nice drop, almost about 160 pips. So again, what I'm going to look out for next week, I will be updating this on Sunday. There's a potential buy push I can see from around here. I believe price still has to come higher. It still has to come higher into this area here, interact with these candles up here. I believe there's something that's been left open. So again, let this one come to you. There's pretty much nothing for Friday now. I'll be updating this on Sunday. That's the Pound CAD. There is an unemployment rate decision for this tomorrow. So that may cause the CAD to either get stronger or weaker. I'll be analyzing after that and then I'll give you the update. That's the Pound CAD. Okay, guys, so here comes the main attraction from last week. This is the Pound NZD and the Euro NZD. Now, with this one, what I was looking for this week is a sell around the 197 mark. That's been obliterated. That's no longer a valid trade. You would have lost there. It's back at the level where the main sells have come from. However, now I'm kind of writing these one off. I'm going to put them towards the back. I believe price is going to shoot through these areas. So what I would suggest to a trader that's watching this or looking onto this is to think about the buy. There's going to be tons of liquidity that's up in that area. Think about a way of a potential buy to ride up into that. So just for me looking at this now, I would only be happy being a buyer if price came back towards the 196 level where it was interacting with this candle on a 4-hour time frame, and then the bigger push coming through. And the same thing on the Euro NZD. It's actually back at the area now. It's obviously shot through. It's going higher. It looks like it's going higher. I mentioned the sell around the 169.500. It's now back at the key level of what I believe is 1.7. And we may get another push from there, but I would change my mindset into thinking of, let's see where that push comes down. And then I'll be looking at a potential buy on the 169 level due to the amount of liquidity that would have built up in this area on the sell side. So again, take these with a pinch of salt. I'm going to kind of put them on the back foot. I'll be updating them on the Sunday video. That's the Pound NZD and the Euro NZD. Okay, guys, so next up is the NZD USD and AUD USD, of course, with the interest rate decisions. This is there's been a lot of action here this week. I've had a lot of success in these trades. I've actually mentioned these about a month ago, and they've been hitting the areas nicely and dropping. So with the NZD USD, What I want to see now is this. I've got both two buy areas. This is what I want to see, the 7,500 tomorrow. Now, remember, I want you to take this with a pinch of salt. I'm going against what I know the dollar is usually strong on a Friday. So not always. Let's see if it's going to be the New Zealand dollar's turn. I'm just going to get you to look out for the 7,500 mark. I want to see what's going to happen here. It may come to 70 as well. So somewhere in between there. What I believe is that a lot of sellers, a lot of people have seen this area. A lot of traders have got in on the sell side. So there's loads and loads of money up in this area. And what you'll realize is the market makers, they will want to come and grab that quite swiftly. So if they are going to, it will be a fast move. So again, just be aware of that around the 70 level, 7,500. That's the NZD USD. The AUD USD, again, hits the area. Looks quite nice. And it's pretty much the same thing. It's had a good sell. It's now in the area what I've been mentioning. I've been mentioning around the 76 to 76,300 level. We're almost there. I want to see it interact with something here, preferably the top of that candle, the blue one that's reached the lowest point. So somewhere between 76, 76,300, we're looking for the buy. That'll be tomorrow. If it doesn't come tomorrow, make sure you catch the Sunday video where I'll be updating what I think is going to happen in these. That's the NZD USD, AUD USD. Okay, guys, thank you for watching. That's all from me this week. If you like that, hit that subscribe button in the bottom right corner. Stay up to date with the channel. And again, a quick shout out to the Absolutely magazine. Go check that out now. I'll see you all on Sunday.